So what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. I got some video updates to go over here, and it was a busy week last week, and personally I had a lot going on. I was able to get, I guess you could say this, you know, our news cycle moves so fast, and we have so much coming at us that I find great benefit, I would say, in letting things digest a few days. And typically there's a pattern where you can see the distractions that they run, the small distractions come and go. And you can see the important stories get talked about, buried, get talked about again, buried, right? Acknowledged, ignored, buried. These are the patterns that we look for when we're looking for truth in the news. So either way, I'm going to do a little bit of digesting of some stories that I have from this past week. And yeah, man, that's what we got going on. So, you know, first I'll address the Charlie Kirk thing. That's cool. So a lot of you guys hopefully have checked the videos out. I think the 2 videos that I made on Charlie at the time, I think they were important and necessary. As a matter of fact, this guy that I'm about to show you, he made a very similar video to mine right at about the same time, and he did it, you know, much better, and had, I shouldn't say much better, but he had some different things that he looked at in his video, and he also found a muzzle flash, right? So if you guys haven't seen this stuff on Charlie's shooting, I'm about to show you that. He has a really nice breakdown, and I'm going to take you to his channel. Outside the Overton. I think that's what it is. Yep.
Okay, what would it be like if all of a sudden I'm starting to see a pattern of...
Oh, shoot. They got him on Owen Schroyer. Wow, that's crazy. So when I put this video out, my 2 videos on Charlie Kirk, he had just put out this, his breakdown of the shooting where he got the muzzle flash, and he talked about the lavalier cord. I think both of our breakdowns fit quite well together. So the only question that that he didn't really address was basically the fact of this device that looks like it's exploding and jumping, and really that's my only kind of point of contention between my videos and his stuff on this, was that it looks like something was going on with the device under his shirt. That's basically it. Now, aside from that, he caught a dang near bullet in the air, it looked like, and he has a muzzle flash that he caught. I can't find this video.
Okay, what would it be like if all of a sudden I'm starting to see a pattern of behavior similar to what my grandparents saw in 1930s Germany online? How would I behave? So that's, and like, Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do.
It wasn't a stream. That's awesome that he has this pinned at the top, so that's playing, because that's the most important thing here. The most important thing is not letting Ben Shapiro and Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump shift all of this collective energy either in support of Israel or in the division of our country, because that's what they want. No doubt about it. We could, at the same time, take all of our collective energy from this and point our fingers at the AIPAC money, at the Jewish influence in our government, at the state of Israel that's committing war crimes, genocide, ethnic cleansing in our name, and get our overlords off of us. That's where our energy needs to go. Now, is it a podcast? Yeah, check his stuff out. You know what? Here, let's do it like this, because I feel like outside the Overton, I didn't want to make this video. I know that's what the title was. A video I didn't want to make. Boom. There we go. This is it. Yep. See, it picked up right where I was watching it. So listen, I'm going to link this description. This guy has certainly blown up by now. Yeah, I mean, it has 41,000 subscribers. This video has 636,000 views. I'm sure my comment is in here somewhere, but there's 15,000 comments. I commented on this video when there was like 100 some comments or 200 some comments or something. I linked my video and urged anybody to give me feedback and you know, try to chase this thing down. I realized pretty quickly that he has his finger on the pulse, and I kind of, like I said, didn't want to reinvent the wheel. So at this point, in my opinion, the major story here is that what's up with this round that's caught in the air coming from his side. Let me see if I can show you that real quick. The round, boom, there it is. That's it. See it? See that? Right there. So this guy caught this round in the air. I got to look again. I looked at my video footage, or the, you know, camera 2, I think it would be, according to him here. Yeah. So I broke down the footage of camera 2. It seems like this camera 4 has been wiped hard. It's hard to get a hold of, but I couldn't find the round in my footage. I have to look again. There it is. Okay. Now, in my videos, I talk about a channel, Enter the Stars, and Casey on that channel. It's in the one where I talk about that he wasn't wearing a vest because I wanted to show the work that I was about to make that video. I saw Casey had the video made already, so I basically used the images from his video and put it out there to make sure that lie got dispelled, right? Now, in that process, I talked about Casey's theory that he had in his video where he covered the vest, which was he caught a piece of video that he was able to get 3 frames from, and it looks to him like he caught, I believe it was a round in the air, and it looks like he caught a wound above his ear. Would have been on this side, right? So everything that he was, I haven't been back to his channel to check out where he got with that. I'm sure he's hooked up with this info by now, and the round in the air, I'm sure of it. And those 2 pieces of evidence certainly go together. Casey was talking about how like the info or all footage from that side was being scrubbed. Well, there's no wonder why, because boy, those 3 frames that he got, it looked like there was impact made above his ear. You can go check those out. I'll link that video too, and it's linked in my other 2 Charlie Kirk videos. But then with this outside the Overton here, him getting that bullet right there, I mean, you know, it's a done deal. Now, my man also found a muzzle flash. And, you know, I'll say this. He didn't address the device under his shirt exploding or moving, the physics of that. And I think it's because in his theory, that's all written off to where he, right here at this part, he talks about the lavalier cord and microphone and the physics of his body moving, but the cord, you know, following suit, lifting his shirt. I think he attributes all the action to whatever that device is to being yanked around via that cord. So again, check out his video. I don't want to reinvent the wheel or like just steal his work. I'm just trying to build on it here. And I think that the device under Charlie's shirt needs a little bit of a closer look than that. I think it's still suspicious because it doesn't look to be pinned on his lapel the way this guy describes it here. But, you know, it's just what I'm seeing. Okay, here we go. Here's the muzzle flash that this dude found. It's awesome to see. You know, I just saw he was on like Owen Schroyer, and this dude's apparently making the rounds or starting to, and he needs to because not only did he find this stuff, but he's also an Army sniper, I believe. I think it's Army. I know he's a military sniper trained, so this dude knows what he's talking about. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, somewhere in here, he finds the muzzle flash.
Right, it has to float this way. We're looking at bullet here, which I think we can confirm given everything else that given this.
I just want to show you guys this muzzle flash because it's really important.
You go back to Pixelmator Pro,
Yeah, anyway, I can't find it in the video, nor do I think I need to. But basically, if you watch his video here, it's right up in these windows here. I think it's like right here, but you can see a muzzle flash. So the theory is that we have the shot coming from here, a downward angle. That's the round in the air, right? Like this, boom. And then coming out the other side of his neck as an exit wound, which is exactly what I said in my video. It was an exit wound. So that's the deal with the actual situation of the shooting, assassination of Charlie. I think that's where we're at. Aside from that, if you check out George Webb, he's doing really good work on it. Although I have to be honest, I think he's running interference for Israel at this point. 1 second, please. George, sip for the big guy, 100%. You have to watch in this community, man. You have to watch in the alt and independent news that people, they hijack the truth. They take you so far and then they drop you off right before the overarching truth. And it's a misdirection play. You know, who's wagging that tail? And you can say that Mossad, CIA are hand in glove. So right now, with Trump like coalescing directly behind Israel's state foreign policy and being just nothing but apologetic for them on the global stage, who's to think that any of our domestic actors wouldn't act on behalf of Israel here on the home front, carrying out something like this for them? So even if George is right and it has no Israeli fingerprints, they still killed the dude that's talking against the genocide, right? The guy that has a lot of power in their funding, and then it looks like he woke up to the truth. That's who was taken out. And the state of Israel went on an apology tour. Bibi Netanyahu tweeted out 7 minutes after it happened and started trying to co-opt this thing for Israeli image. That's what's happening. So like that's still the main player here. Everything that's happening in the world right now comes down from what side are you on with regards to that scenario. It's all about the Levant, Palestine, Gaza, the state of Israel, the settler colony of the neo-colonial military industrial complex, corporate oligarchical empire here in the United States and the West. And that's what it's all about. So this proves that. So these are the main functions for Charlie's situation right now. Best wishes and prayers for his family and kids. And I think as far as like the technicalities go, that's about where we're at. Oh, the other big news, go check out George Webb's work. He's on scene at the university, and according to him, and I saw it through his video work, he showed it, they're out there pouring concrete right next to where Charlie was sitting and got shot. There's now slabs of concrete covering, theoretically, where the round went into the ground. Now, if you follow their breakdown of the incident, there wouldn't be a round in the ground right there. But if you understand the truth and that he probably got shot from the side, like we were just talking about, like this guy's breakdown here, well, wherever that, to the opposite side of him, where it would have went out of his neck and into the ground, that's where they're pouring concrete. I mean, this is crazy. This is exactly like, no different than the FBI hosing off the roof and the crime scene, just completely obliterating the crime scene of Matthew Crooks at the Trump assassination attempt. In both situations, it looks like it's an inside job, and what they're doing is destroying evidence and making sure that evidence can't be found and that a case can't be made, and it just remains a mystery, right? I'd be willing to bet that if he's out there talking about this round and everything, I'm sure, I haven't followed up on any of the interviews this guy's done here from outside the Overton, nor yeah, have I seen what they're talking about in recent days on that? I'm sure they've talked about this concrete being over that spot on the ground. And if they haven't, they're definitely late on that. So go ahead and check that out. But that's what I have to say about the shooting. Where I will continue to address this topic is from a theoretical perspective, from a framework perspective, from the perspective of disseminating the truth out of the BS and the lies that were being told by the media around this situation with Charlie. That's how I'll talk about this, because we can't allow someone like Ben Shapiro to pick up a torch that this guy dropped out of his dying hands. The fact that they're pushing Ben Shapiro into that position tells you everything you need to know. So once again, rest in peace, Charlie. Let's get on to, here's